Imagine walking into your garden years from now and seeing strong, established vines climbing over trellises and pergolas, still producing food season after season without needing to be replanted. Instead of starting from scratch every spring, you have plants that return each year, growing stronger and more productive over time. Perennial vines are some of the most rewarding plants you can grow. Once their root systems are fully developed, they can live for decades, consistently turning sunlight, soil, and rainfall into reliable harvests year after year. Another major benefit is their vertical growth habit. Rather than taking up valuable ground space, they climb upward along fences, trellises, and arbors, transforming vertical areas into productive, living green walls while also creating natural shade. Under the right conditions, even a single vine can provide food for many years. Today, we're exploring 8 incredible perennial vines that you plant once and harvest from again and again. 1. Grapes. Grapevines are among the oldest cultivated plants in human history. For thousands of years, cultures around the world have grown grapes for fresh eating, juice, and wine. Their lasting popularity comes from a powerful combination of beauty, productivity, and longevity. A well-cared-for grapevine can live 50 years or more, and in some historic vineyards, vines have continued producing fruit for over a century. Once established, they become a dependable source of harvests that can last for decades. Like most perennial vines, grapes are natural climbers. They use curling tendrils to attach themselves to nearby structures, easily scaling trellises, wires, fences, or pergolas. This makes them perfect for turning vertical spaces into productive and attractive garden features. Many gardeners train grapevines over pergolas or seating areas. As the vines grow, their large leaves spread out, forming a dense canopy that provides cool shade during the summer. This transforms patios and garden spaces into comfortable green retreats. Beneath this leafy cover, clusters of grapes begin to form. As the season progresses, the fruit gradually swells and changes color depending on the variety. Watching grapes ripen slowly throughout the summer is one of the most satisfying parts of growing them. Grapevines perform best in sunny locations with good airflow. Full sunlight is essential for developing sweet, flavorful fruit, while proper air circulation helps prevent disease. They prefer well-draining soil and often thrive in sandy or loamy conditions. One of their lesser-known advantages is drought tolerance. Once their deep root systems are established, grapevines can handle dry conditions better than many other fruit plants, making them suitable for hot climates. Regular pruning is important to maintain productivity. Grapes produce fruit on new growth that develops from the previous year's wood, so proper pruning encourages strong fruiting. While it may seem complicated at first, most gardeners quickly learn the basics. There are thousands of grape varieties available, each offering unique flavors, colors, and uses. Some are perfect for fresh eating, while others are ideal for making juice, jam, or wine. Many modern varieties are also bred to withstand colder climates. The productivity of grapevines is impressive. A single mature vine can produce 20 pounds of fruit or more in a good season, and larger, well-trained vines can yield even greater harvests. Beyond their harvest, grapes add character to the garden. Their twisting trunks and spreading branches develop a sense of age and personality over time. Eventually, a grapevine becomes more than just a plant. It becomes part of the garden's story. And perhaps the most rewarding part is knowing that once you plant and care for a grapevine properly, it can continue producing for decades, providing food not just for you, but potentially for future generations as well. 2. Scarlet runner beans. Scarlet runner beans are one of the few plants that successfully combine ornamental beauty with serious food production. Many gardeners are initially drawn to them because of their striking flowers, but soon realize that these vines are also highly productive. Their most eye-catching feature is their vivid red blooms. These flowers grow in long clusters along the vines, standing out brightly against the green foliage. Their bold color attracts pollinators such as bees, butterflies, and hummingbirds. Watching hummingbirds move quickly from flower to flower is one of the most enjoyable parts of growing these beans. As they feed, they help pollinate the blossoms, which later develop into long, slender pods. The vines themselves are vigorous climbers, often reaching heights of 10 to 15 feet. With support from trellises, arches, or poles, they quickly cover structures with dense greenery and bright flowers. Because of their height and visual appeal, they are often used to decorate fences, pergolas, or garden entrances. Unlike most common beans that need to be replanted each year, scarlet runner beans can act as perennials in mild climates. Underground, they form thick tubers that store energy. These tubers survive through winter and produce new growth when spring arrives. This perennial habit allows the plant to become stronger over time. As the root system expands, the vines grow more vigorously and produce larger harvests. The pods are also very versatile. When picked young, they can be cooked like regular green beans. If left to mature, the beans inside become large and often display striking colors such as purple or speckled patterns. These mature beans can be dried and stored for later use in soups, stews, and other hearty dishes. Their rich flavor and creamy texture make them a valuable addition to any kitchen. Gardeners appreciate scarlet runner beans not just for their productivity, but for the life they bring to the garden. Their flowers attract pollinators, their vines create vertical greenery, and their pods provide a steady food supply. Few plants combine beauty and usefulness so naturally. With proper support and a sunny location, scarlet runner beans can transform an ordinary structure into a vibrant, living wall filled with color, movement, and food. 3. Akebia. Akebia, often referred to as the chocolate vine, is a unique edible climber that remains relatively unknown to many gardeners. Native to East Asia, this fast-growing vine is appreciated not only for its unusual fruit, but also for its ornamental appeal. It has been cultivated for generations in countries like Japan and China, where it is valued for both its beauty and its culinary uses. One of the first things that stands out about Akebia is its graceful foliage. The plant produces clusters of soft, delicate leaves arranged like small green fans along the vine. As it grows and spreads, it creates a layered, flowing texture that looks especially attractive when trained along fences, trellises, or garden walls. In spring, Akebia adds even more interest with its distinctive purple flowers. These blossoms may be small, but they are visually striking and release a gentle fragrance. Many people describe the scent as slightly sweet with a subtle chocolate-like note, adding a pleasant atmosphere to the garden during the blooming period. As the season progresses, the vine begins producing its unusual fruit. The fruits are elongated and sausage-shaped, often growing several inches long. As they mature, they gradually change color and eventually split open naturally when fully ripe. Inside, the fruit contains a soft, jelly-like pulp filled with small edible seeds. The pulp has a mild sweetness and can be eaten fresh, straight from the fruit. Some gardeners describe the flavor as light and refreshing, making it a nice addition to desserts or fruit dishes. In certain Asian cuisines, even the outer rind is used. It can be stuffed with vegetables or meat and then cooked, allowing almost the entire fruit to be utilized in creative dishes. Akebia vines are fast growers and adapt well to different conditions. They can thrive in full sun but also tolerate partial shade, making them useful in areas where many fruiting plants struggle. Their flexible growth habit allows them to climb structures easily, whether it's a trellis, pergola, or fence. Because of their vigorous growth, Akebia is often used to cover walls or create natural privacy screens. In just a few seasons, it can form a dense curtain of greenery that softens hard surfaces while also producing edible fruit. Another advantage is its resilience. Once established, Akebia requires relatively little maintenance. It is hardy in many climates and returns year after year as a long-lived perennial vine. Occasional pruning helps control its growth and encourages better flowering. Although Akebia is not as widely known as grapes or kiwi, it offers great potential as a unique edible vine. For gardeners who enjoy experimenting with unusual plants, it provides a combination of beauty, shade, and food production. 4. Passion fruit. Passion fruit vines bring a distinctly tropical feel to any garden that can support them. With their lush foliage, dramatic flowers, and richly flavored fruit, they are one of the few plants that combine ornamental beauty with high productivity so effortlessly. Many gardeners plant them for the fruit, but soon realize the vine itself becomes a stunning focal point. One of the first things people notice about passion fruit is how quickly it grows. In warm climates, a young vine can extend several feet in just one season, eagerly climbing trellises, fences, pergolas, or arches. With enough support and space, it forms a dense wall of greenery that transforms ordinary structures into vibrant living features. Even before fruit appears, the plant offers something truly remarkable: its flowers. Passion fruit blooms are among the most intricate in the plant world. They display layers of petals and fine filaments arranged in complex circular patterns, often in shades of white, purple, and blue. Their appearance is so unusual that they almost look otherworldly. These flowers attract bees, butterflies, and other pollinators, bringing constant activity into the garden. After pollination, small green fruits begin to form where the flowers once were. Over time, they grow larger and gradually ripen. Depending on the variety, the fruits may turn deep purple, bright yellow, or orange as they mature. Inside each fruit is a fragrant pulp filled with edible seeds. The flavor is well known for its complexity, a mix of sweetness and tanginess with a strong tropical aroma. Passion fruit is widely used in juices, desserts, sauces, jams, and smoothies. Its vibrant flavor enhances everything from fruit salads to yogurt and drinks. Beyond its taste, passion fruit is also highly nutritious. The pulp contains significant amounts of vitamin C, vitamin A, antioxidants, and beneficial plant compounds, making it both delicious and healthy. Passion fruit vines grow best in warm climates where frost is minimal. They require plenty of sunlight and perform best when they receive at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sun daily. Well-draining soil is essential, as they do not tolerate constantly wet roots. In tropical and subtropical regions, passion fruit behaves as a true perennial. Once established, it can produce fruit year after year, often increasing its yield as the plant matures and its root system strengthens. Even in cooler climates, gardeners find ways to grow passion fruit. Some plant it near warm, sunny walls that retain heat, while others grow it in large containers that can be moved indoors or protected during colder periods. Regular pruning is important for maintaining healthy growth. Because the vine grows vigorously, trimming helps control its size and encourages new growth where flowers and fruit will develop. A mature passion fruit vine can be extremely productive. In ideal conditions, a single plant can produce dozens or even hundreds of fruits in one season. With proper care and support, it can remain productive for many years, turning a simple trellis into a steady source of tropical harvests. For gardeners looking to combine beauty, shade, and delicious fruit, passion fruit is truly an outstanding perennial vine. 5. Hardy kiwi. Hardy kiwi is one of the most intriguing edible vines you can add to your garden. While most people are familiar with the larger, fuzzy kiwis sold in stores, this variety offers a completely different experience. Its fruits are much smaller, roughly the size of large grapes, and have smooth, delicate skin that can be eaten without peeling. What truly sets hardy kiwi apart is its exceptional productivity and longevity. Once the plant is fully established, it becomes an incredibly productive grower. A mature vine can produce massive amounts of fruit each year, often more than a single household can consume fresh. These vines are vigorous and fast-growing. Within just a few seasons, they can extend over 20 feet, climbing easily over trellises, fences, or pergolas. Because mature vines become quite heavy, they need strong and reliable support. Many gardeners use sturdy wooden structures or overhead arbors to give the plant enough space to spread. When trained over a pergola, hardy kiwi creates a dense canopy of heart-shaped leaves. This leafy cover provides welcome shade during hot summer days. Beneath it, clusters of fruit begin to form, hanging in bunches that resemble small grapes. Hardy kiwi grows best in full sun, although it benefits from some protection against strong winds. It prefers fertile, well-drained soil enriched with organic matter. In its early years, the plant focuses more on developing roots and vine structure rather than producing fruit. This stage requires patience, but the long-term rewards are significant. Once it reaches maturity, usually after 3 to 5 years, the yield can be remarkable. Some well-established vines are capable of producing over 100 pounds of fruit in a single season. These small kiwis are known for their intense sweetness and rich aroma, often considered more flavorful than larger commercial varieties. Pollination is an important factor for successful fruiting. Most hardy kiwi varieties require both male and female plants. The male provides pollen while the female produces fruit. Gardeners typically plant one male vine for every 6 to 8 female plants to ensure good pollination. In spring, the vines produce small, fragrant flowers that attract pollinators such as bees. After pollination, tiny fruits begin to form and continue developing throughout the summer months. Pruning plays a key role in managing hardy kiwi. Because of its vigorous growth, regular pruning helps control the plant's size and encourages better fruit production. Most pruning is done during winter dormancy, with lighter trimming in summer to maintain shape. The long-term payoff is impressive. Hardy kiwi vines can remain productive for 30 years or more with proper care. Over time, they become a permanent feature of the garden. Part shade structure, part fruit producer. For gardeners seeking a plant that combines beauty, productivity, and longevity, hardy kiwi is one of the best perennial vines available. 6. Chayote. Chayote is one of the most productive yet underrated edible vines you can grow. Many people are unfamiliar with it, but in the right conditions, it can become an incredibly abundant source of food that produces for months each year. As a member of the squash family, it is related to pumpkins, cucumbers, and zucchini. But unlike most of those plants, chayote can behave as a long-lived perennial vine. One of its most impressive traits is its rapid growth. Once planted, chayote begins climbing almost immediately. In a single season, it can cover large trellises, fences, or pergolas, forming a dense layer of bright green foliage. Many gardeners are surprised by how quickly it transforms simple structures into lush green walls. Because of this vigorous growth, strong support is essential. Chayote is often trained onto tall trellises or overhead frames where it has room to spread freely. When grown over a pergola or arbor, it creates a natural canopy that provides cooling shade during hot summer days. The fruits are easy to recognize. They're pale green, pear-shaped, and have smooth or slightly ridged skin. Inside is crisp, light-colored flesh with a mild flavor. This subtle taste makes chayote extremely versatile in cooking. In many cuisines across Latin America and Asia, chayote is used in a wide variety of dishes. It can be eaten raw in salads for a refreshing crunch, sautéed with spices, added to soups and stews, or roasted with other vegetables. Because its flavor is gentle, it easily absorbs seasonings and pairs well with many ingredients. One of the most unique aspects of chayote is that nearly every part of the plant is edible. In some cultures, the tender shoots are harvested and cooked like leafy greens. The thin tendrils can also be eaten, and even the roots are sometimes used in traditional recipes. This makes it a plant that provides multiple types of harvest throughout the season. Chayote grows best in rich, well-drained soil with plenty of organic matter. It prefers consistent moisture, especially during active growth, and thrives in warm, sunny conditions. Higher temperatures encourage faster vine growth and heavier fruit production. In regions with mild winters, chayote behaves as a perennial. The vines may die back during cooler months, but the root system remains alive underground and sends up new growth in spring. Each year, the plant becomes stronger, often leading to even larger harvests. A mature chayote vine can be extremely productive. It's common for a single plant to produce dozens or even hundreds of fruits in one season. As it spreads across its support structure, it essentially becomes a living food source that continues producing for months. For gardeners looking to maximize vertical space while enjoying abundant harvests, chayote is an excellent choice. Once established, it rewards patience with impressive yields year after year. 7. Hops. When most people hear the word hops, they immediately think of beer. But this plant offers much more than its role in brewing. Hops are vigorous perennial climbers that return year after year from a strong underground root system. Technically, they are known as bines rather than vines, because instead of using tendrils, they climb by wrapping their stems around supports. Each spring, as the soil warms up, fresh shoots emerge from thick underground rhizomes. These shoots start as slender, purple-green spikes pushing through the soil. Within a short time, they begin growing rapidly, sometimes climbing several inches in a single day. By midsummer, a healthy hop plant can easily reach heights of 20 feet or more when supported properly. One of the lesser-known benefits of hops is that their young shoots are edible. In parts of Europe, particularly in countries like Belgium and Germany, these tender shoots are considered a seasonal delicacy. Harvested early in spring, they are often prepared similarly to asparagus, lightly sautéed, steamed, or added to fresh dishes. Their flavor is mild, slightly nutty, and surprisingly refined. As the growing season continues, the plant shifts its focus to producing its well-known cone-shaped flowers. These papery cones contain aromatic oils and resins used in brewing, giving beer its signature bitterness and aroma. Even if you're not interested in brewing, watching these cones develop is fascinating. They begin as small clusters and gradually expand into soft, fragrant cones that release a pleasant herbal scent when touched. Hops grow best in sunny locations with fertile, well-drained soil. They benefit from good nutrition and regular moisture during active growth, but once established, they become quite resilient. Their underground rhizomes are long-lived and can survive for decades, producing new shoots each year without replanting. Because of their rapid growth, hops require tall, sturdy supports. Gardeners often install poles, wires, or trellises reaching 10 to 20 feet high. The vines naturally twist around these supports in a clockwise direction, forming tall, dense walls of greenery. In addition to their culinary and brewing uses, hops have a long history in herbal medicine. Traditionally, their flowers have been used in calming teas and remedies known for their relaxing effects. Dried hop cones are sometimes placed in pillows to help promote better sleep. From a design perspective, hops are incredibly useful. Their fast growth makes them perfect for creating seasonal green screens or natural privacy barriers. In just one season, they can turn a plain fence into a lush, living wall. For gardeners who appreciate plants with multiple uses, hops offer a unique combination of function, beauty, and history. Year after year, those same underground roots will continue producing fresh shoots, edible spring growth, fragrant cones, and impressive vertical greenery. 8. Malabar spinach. Malabar spinach is one of those plants that often surprises gardeners when they grow it for the first time. Despite its name, it isn't actually related to true spinach. Instead, it's a tropical climbing plant that serves a similar purpose in the kitchen while offering several advantages that traditional spinach cannot provide. One of its biggest strengths is its love for heat. Regular spinach tends to bolt quickly in warm weather, making it difficult to grow during summer. Malabar spinach does the opposite. It thrives in hot, humid conditions and becomes more productive as temperatures rise. It's one of the few leafy greens that truly enjoys the peak of summer. The plant produces thick, glossy leaves with a rich green color and a slightly succulent texture. These leaves are packed with nutrients, including vitamins A and C, iron, calcium, and other beneficial compounds. When eaten raw, they have a mild flavor similar to spinach, but with a fresh, slightly citrus-like undertone. In the kitchen, Malabar spinach is highly versatile. It can be used fresh in salads, sautéed with garlic, added to stir-fries, or cooked in soups and stews. When heated, the leaves become soft and slightly thick, making them especially useful for adding body and texture to dishes like curries or broths. This plant is also a vigorous climber. With the help of a trellis, fence, or garden arch, it quickly grows upward, producing a steady supply of leaves along its stems. This vertical growth makes it ideal for small gardens where space is limited. Instead of spreading across the ground, it turns vertical structures into productive growing areas. Regular harvesting encourages the plant to branch out and produce even more leaves, increasing its overall yield throughout the season. Malabar spinach also has ornamental appeal. Some varieties develop reddish or purple stems, along with small pinkish flowers later in the season. These flowers eventually produce dark purple berries, which can even be used as a natural dye. In tropical and subtropical climates, Malabar spinach behaves as a perennial vine, often growing year-round or reseeding itself easily. Even in cooler regions, it can self-seed, allowing new plants to appear the following season with minimal effort. For gardeners looking for a leafy green that thrives in summer heat while making the most of vertical space, Malabar spinach is an excellent choice. It transforms simple structures into lush, edible towers while providing a continuous harvest of nutritious leaves,